The pedestrian bridge in Houston was a nice melding of the benefits of HSS and Shuriken. So Shuriken is our product, basically allows you to make bolted connections for HSS splices and other HSS connections, from the one accessible side in the field. And this pedestrian bridge in Houston, it was several spans over a very wide freeway. They used, I believe it was 16-inch square by 5/8 inch wall HSS for the chords of the trusses, which provided, because again of the efficient compression resistance of HSS, that let them have a somewhat more slender member than they might otherwise have had if they had used wide flange. And again, because this is a completely exposed structure where both the people using it, the pedestrians on the interior, and everyone driving under it are going to see all of the steel and all of the connections, having that aesthetically simple, clean shape is really beneficial for that project. In the past, if you were going to do a bridge, or really any structure where you're using a lot of HSS and you have long pieces that need to get joined together, doing that in the field would have required a lot of welding, or if not a lot of welding, some very awkward bolted connections with extra plates and angles and that sort of thing. But what the Shuriken allowed them to do was to mount the nuts ahead of time on the interior of these HSS pieces, so that once the bridge sections are fabricated, those parts that were too long to be transported on their own could be mated in the field and then simply bolted together. So that gave them a lot more efficiency in terms of time, in terms of the length of road closures between getting the pieces to the site and actually getting them in place on their supports, at which point, of course, they could reopen the road for traffic. Obviously you have the benefit of compact, efficient shapes, but you also had the benefit of getting those shapes together quickly, thanks to the Shuriken system.